What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Roxora, and today we are doing another Lorcana deck tech, looking at continuing at the set 13 metagame. And we got an interesting one here. We have actually now, again, even more data as I was expecting. Um, and the meta has kind of, I don't want to say stabilized, but it is like getting to a point where we kind of know which decks are good and which decks are not. So I'm kind of testing out some of the like more off meta stuff that's still kind of showing up at events. Like obviously, like we know Steel Song is good. We know like Purple Steel and the Eleanor deck and all these stuff. Like we know these are good. We don't have to do testing for these to kind of really evaluate them. You kind of have to play other stuff against them to kind of see like kind of how we can shake up the meta. So we're going to be taking this list that I saw do pretty well at the Asia Champion qualifiers. Was top 32, so I believe it's somewhere in here. Where'd it go? There we go. So went 4-2-1 at the championship, which is not like it didn't win the event, but it is something. We're going to take a look at this list and take it onto the Duels.ink ladder and test it out as we will talk about the list as well. Before we get into talking about this list, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoy these deck techs, everything, let me know. Again, I'm happy to do more. Again, I just try to shake things up. But if certain content is more popular, obviously I'm going to be doing those a lot more. And again, if there's any kind of cool spicy brews, I'd love to take a look at those. So feel free to send me those as well. So yeah, this is Amber Sapphire. Is thinking that the kind of the Sapphire control decks were actually dead, dead and gone after Sail and Tipo rotated. Kind of missing out on ways to ramp onto, but we actually do have ways to ramp onto. We actually have ways to ramp on one even. So we have, and then there's like some other new tools that that this deck got, which we'll talk about. But yeah, the big ones being that Grandmother Willow and Ham still kind of act as ramp for this deck. Obviously, again, they're not as good as Sail and Tipo, but with the continuation of cards like Cinderella and Belle, playing these on 2 and then ramping into Cinderella or Pete, or sorry, Cinderella or Belle, and then following it up with a Pete or Moana, can be a good kind of control game plan here. So I've been messing around with these shells. There's been a variety of different builds, so we're gonna test all of those out. Yeah. So let's talk about this. So yeah, Ham is kind of a new one, or kind of a semi-new one from set 12. Kind of the best effect that we've seen for this kind of like lantern effect. So like essentially the lantern effect, but on a 2/3 body. So yeah, it's inkable, which is super great. Not as good as Grandmother Willow in the aggressive decks, right? Grandmother Willow being able to come down and immediately play a 1-drop, and then next turn play a bunch of stuff is obviously, as we've seen, has been incredibly powerful. Grandmother Willow, like probably one of the most played cards in the game, if I had to guess. And I don't have that concrete data, but I'm pretty safe in thinking that. Yeah. So both of these here. Now you might wonder, like, why are you running 3? And that's because we've got a great new tool in Besties Assemble. One cost look at the top 4, can reveal a character card and put it into your hand, and the rest on the bottom in any order. So essentially like a vision of the future, but specifically for characters, but it's a little bit cheaper, which is super nice. So this combined with Aurora and our 2-drops, make it so that we can very consistently, either again play Aurora and then on turn 3 play Cinderella, or play Ham and Willow and then play Cinderella or Belle. And again, either of those lines set you up very well for a controlling game plan. So yeah, since Cinderella and Belle are the cards that you want to be playing on 4, as opposed to some kind of action or anything like that, Ham and Willow kind of serving as replacements for Tipo and Sail. Again, not as good as those. Like I'm not saying that they're just as good. Again, the deck will definitely feel the removal of those cards, but you can still kind of play this kind of controlling strategy. And we're in a kind of a good spot to do that. Again, there's a lot of kind of these mid-range decks right now. It'll kind of see if this control deck can kind of go over the top of those kind of mid-range decks, the Amethyst Steel decks, the Ruby Amethyst decks, and things like that. Yeah. Again, kind of exactly what we expect to see. So Belle, Cinderella, Moana, and Aurora as the kind of princess package that you expect to see. Pete and Stitch Carefree Surfer still here from Fabled for that card draw effect and the large body. Hades for and Let It Go for that removal effect. Speaking of removal, like Horseman Strikes is still probably a good card in the meta. Have yet to kind of really see what you really want to answer with it. I mean, obviously, like the Ruby Amethyst, Peter Pan, and Tinkerbell is a big one, but we'll have to see what else exists in the format. Yeah. Um, but obviously, like the fact that this can just cantrip is also nice. Speaking of cantrips and drawing cards, Ohanamin's Family is still here. It is an incredibly powerful card if you can enable it. So again, the Stitch and the Hades work really well, and the Pete all work really, really well with this card. If your opponent is not playing around it, it's going to be very tough for them. And then kind of to go along kind of with like the control game plan and kind of closing out or kind of solidifying your game. You have Spooky Sight and Raging Storm. So Raging Storm, obviously, we've come to expect from this style of deck, but this person chose to bring some Spooky Sight. And I think, again, just trying to hedge against some of the aggressive decks. You're going to really need this card against the aggressive decks. Right, so turn one Ham or Aurora, or sorry, turn like early Ham, Aurora, Willow into Cinderella, and you can ramp up to I guess 5, and then kind of shortly after, right? So it's a little bit awkward now since Tipo and Sail don't like, unlike these put an extra card in your inkwell. Like these help you ramp, but don't actually put cards in your inkwell for cards like Spooky Sight. So if you Ham into Cinderella, you only have 3 ink in your inkwell. And so you'll put a 4th card in your inkwell, meaning that you can't actually Spooky Sight as early unless you play Belle. Again, Belle is kind of interesting here, where if you ramp with Aurora, a Ham, or anything like that, and then they choose to challenge one of your characters, Belle puts in the inkwell, and so then you can kind of play the Spooky Sight, which is kind of cool. So like Grandmother Willow into Belle, challenge with Grandmother Willow, put the Willow into the inkwell, right? That puts you up to that's still actually, I'm realizing, yeah, still only puts it. So you can see kind of like why these are strictly worse than Tipo and Sail. But again, still the point remains. Playing early Spooky Sight against aggressive decks is good. And again, putting them into your inkwell instead of just losing all your cards like you do with Raging Storm is still good. So yeah. And then kind of to go along with it, this Casa Madrigal, right, as just a location, kind of a McDuck Manor spinoff that, yeah, again, is not banished by Spooky Sight or Raging Storm. So you either play it first. If it lives, you play one of these and you wipe the board. And now all of a sudden you are getting 2 lore return with the Casa. Or you can play Raging Storm and play this afterwards as kind of a difficult threat to remove. That is again going to help you close out the game. I would mention Belle here again. Like the thing that I like about Belle so much is that, again, usually you're kind of losing out on value when you're playing a Raging Storm. With Belle out, all of those cards go into your inkwell, and so you're just like turbocharged into the late game. If you get off the Raging Storm with the Belle in play, all those cards going into your inkwell, you start playing your Assembles and your Develops, start playing your big characters, you land Ohanamin's Family, and all of a sudden you are just in complete dominance of the game. So, yeah. You're gonna see how this deck performs. I don't know how good it's gonna be. Again, if there's like a ton of aggressive decks, we'll see how good Spooky Sight is, and then we'll kind of see like where this deck lines up. Because yeah, I'm not really sure how this deck is. Again, did well in this tournament, but we'll see. So yeah, let's head on into the games. All right. Yeah, this looks good. I guess we put back. Like, do we need the Spooky Sight? I'm going to try keeping the Spooky Sight in hand. I'm also going to put back this Ohana. I think this is what I want my hand to look like. Yeah. I'll keep the bestie. Yeah. Get those, and... Okay, well, we find another Ohana, so we'll probably have to ink that one. Alright, so this is a good sign for us, as we have the spooky sight in hand for the dogs. We're probably just gonna ink Ohana. We'll play this and see what's up. Oh, I think we want the Cinderella. Yeah. Yeah. Because that kind of helps us immediately in ramps, as opposed to the bell is a little bit slower. Okay, there's a... Oh boy, they got a very good start. Oh my god, into the Aurora. Alright. I don't think I need 2 bells. We're gonna play the Willow, probably. Because again, we have to play the Cinderella next turn. So they play, yeah, they ink and play Aurora. Not Aurora, Eleanor. Oh, they are not playing the Eleanor. Okay. Alright, well. Here's the Cindy. I think. What do I want to do here? I think I want a quest. I think I'm okay if they send this in here. Yeah. And then we'll put probably just 1 spooky site. Oh, what if they have Mowgli? Worried about Mowgli. I'm actually gonna put Ham. Yeah, I'm worried a little bit about Mowgli. Yikes. Might have made more sense to challenge into the David. We'll see. Yeah, so this is the problem I was talking about, was that you don't, okay. That's fine. Yeah, they don't have enough time. Like, we have time to now play the spooky site. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm actually changing my mind now and inking the bell. Yeah, I'm gonna ink the bell and just play Let It Go on the Mickey. Yeah. So we slow down our clock, and then next turn we have a guaranteed spooky site. I'm gonna leave these where they are, because then we can ink. Yeah, this is, we just ink their whole board. Wow. Yep, this is fine. We'll ink the Moana. Yeah, let's quest spooky site. All right, spooky site coming in clutch. We kind of wouldn't be able to do anything without without this. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and Hades this. We just kind of want to keep them as low as possible. We want to play this Stitch as fast as possible and get to questing. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, let's go Stitch. Draw 2. Ink and Aurora, play an Aurora, and quest for 2. And then we're actually going to put the Raging Storm on the bottom. Sorry, into the Inkwell. Again, we kind of at this point want to be... Oh, nice. Yeah, so nice spooky site. Yeah, so the second spooky site actually being super important here. Oh, the third one, even. Alright, let's go spooky site. Quest. I'm gonna put these here and just get a Ham. Play it. So now... Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Now it doesn't matter. Yeah. Woo! What a game. So you can immediately see the impact of Spooky Sight in the matchups where it's really good. Obviously, we'll see how it does in the matchups where it's less good, but yeah. All right. So keeping the ham. That was a weird thing of like, do I even keep the Spooky Sight now? I think the answer is no, actually. I think I need to try to find the important pieces. So here's a good spot where it's like, okay, we can ink the Aurora. Yeah, we ink the Aurora and play the besties and try to find... Well, not that good. I guess it doesn't really matter. So we miss a little bit. We'll see if we draw something good after. All right, there's a Dale and a Pluto. All right. I think we're gonna ink this Develop. Is that right? No, I think we're inking the Stitch. We just can't afford to play. To kind of play towards Stitch right now. This is again another dogs deck probably. I say dogs, I just mean Eleanor. Willow into Pocahontas. Goodness gracious. Okay, there we go. That's a good one. So now has my game plan changed in any way? I think not. I think I am inking Aurora, activating, and just playing the Bell. So now they're in a weird spot of like, if they try to challenge back, we just get an extra ink. Oh, that's fine. I'm not worried about that at all. I guess it makes it so that we don't actually remove it, which is annoying. Yeah, I guess that's the annoying part is... Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, so now it might be... Alright, let's activate this. I think we're actually going to ink this Develop. I want to be able to play the the Moana, if I can. Yeah, let's just play the Pete. And again, we can't challenge, so might as well quest. If they choose to challenge into these guys, they go into our Inkwell, which is nice. Oh, there's the Mickey. All right, that's annoying. Yeah. All right. Not really sure what we can do about this. Yeah. This is tough now. So we're definitely... Are we boosting? Actually, we might just... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that guarantees us 6 ink next turn, so... And again, none of these challenge for anything, so yeah, might as well activate, play the Moana, we ink this, we can boost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god. Yeah, we might as well quest with this. Yeah, find that. It's fine. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do this, and then does Spooky Sight even do it? No, Spooky Sight doesn't do it anymore. Yeah, they just like went way too... Yeah, we had to find... Honestly, it might have been correct to... We had to probably let it go. Or sorry, try to play towards Raging Storm, or like we can't even like top deck let it go and do anything. Yeah, so they just like quest to Oblivion now. There's not anything we can do about it. Let's see. Yeah, they quest to 18. Yeah, I don't think we can answer both things. Yeah, the Mickey and the Pocahontas is just one too many. Yeah, 0 strength on everything. Yeah. Yep. So two matchups, 2 games into probably the worst matchup. Let's try to find a not Eleanor deck. It's like not even an Eleanor deck at that point. It's literally just we might have to do full. Just try to find our ramp. All right, we found our ramp. We have a bit too many Cinderellas here, but let's develop and try to find. All right, there's Moana. So Moana into Cinderella is very good. So we can ink this. Ohana means family. Okay, here's a slower deck. Thank goodness. It's bots. Yeah, let's ink Ohana and play Ham. Again, really banking on them not killing this, obviously, but shift. Okay, Morph is fine. That's unfortunate. I think we're gonna ink that. Yeah, we activate, play Cindy, use Cindy's effect to put another Cinderella into the inkwell. All right, there we go. There. So we're kind of getting towards what we need here. Yeah, Raging Storm does not care about Omnidroid, so that'll be great. Yeah, we can just activate this, play Moana, ink this, and I think we're just... All right. That is kind of annoying. I mean, like, you can see how well we're set up for the game, but that's annoying. All right. Put all these back. We might keep a Spooky Sight. We have 3 in the deck. I think I'm not going to do that. Rapunzel. Is this another? No, it is not. Okay. We're definitely going to ink that. I think we're going to play the Aurora. Are we playing the Aurora? No, I think we're going to try to find something better. Well, we didn't find anything better. I guess 2 Auroras is kind of interesting on the next turn, like on the... Yeah. Yeah, no songs here. All right, so they're just taking things into the skies here. We have the Horseman Strikes to interact with that. Yeah, I think I'm inking this Bell, playing 2 Auroras. But then next turn we can actually Cinderella and play Develop, which is nice. Yeah, so this is I was also thinking about this, and like this is nice at least. Perfect. Yeah, so we get to quest, play Cinderella, and put a Cinderella into the inkwell. Set us up for the better turns. So trying to play like a tempo game plan here. it seems like, from their end. There's Eleanor. That's annoying. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just ink Ham and play Moana. Yeah, seems fine. We'll put Develop into the Inkwell. Let It Go is a nice one. That lets us deal with Eleanor with Moana. That's fine. Fine. So they draw extra card there. Now I have to think. I think I want to get rid of this Dumbo. It presents more of a threat than everything else. All right, now we besties and look for something. We did not find it, and we actually put a Horseman Strikes on the bottom, which is unfortunate. And at this point, might as well just quest. Yikes. Since the Eleanor is gonna remove it. Yeah. I think they've drawn a bit too many cards off of the Eleanor. And Mother knows best their Pegasus. Sure. Well, now we just Hades the Eleanor. That was kind of a weird play for them to make. I'm gonna develop and try to find... Okay, we found a Stitch. It's not that great. It's a bit too slow. Yeah, they take the Let It Go. That's fine. They should just be slamming characters here. Yeah. Like, I don't know what they're waiting for. Yeah. Yeah. Frickin' Eleanor, man. Frickin' Eleanor. So yeah, this is fine. We'll put like this. So now I have turn 1, besties. Keep wanting to say beasties. Besties into turn 2, Willow with Bell follow up. And then Spooky Sight. Alright. We're gonna ink one of the Let It Goes. Try to find a better card than Willow or Bell. We do see the Cindy. We also see this Pete, and I'm kind of tempted to take the Pete. I will be, in fact, taking the Pete. Okay, I was about to be like, oh my goodness, even more of these. I think one of the bells. Play a Willow. I want to be able to open up the possibility of getting some form of something from Spooky or not Spooky Sight. Yikes. That's not good. Yeah, I think I am playing this. Let's quest. So now if they want to challenge this, I just get a free ink. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, goes into my inkwell. So I'm in a weird spot. Am I in a weird spot? Maybe just like play Pete. Quest. They have the shift. I will be sad. Yeah, that's very fine. Yeah, that's very fine. What are we? Oh, we're still triggers for effect. Yep, that's fine. So we're giving them a crap ton of ink, like almost infinite. That's good that we drew that, because now we get to safely, like, quests. Look at this card. Yep, grab it, ink it. Spooky Sight. And I would just get a decent handful of cards that will be able to accelerate us. Bashful, sure. Let's boost. Let's quest Willow. Sure. So we can Casa, Willow, ink, and play another Willow. So the Bashful, like, I'm not really sure. I'm expecting a Demona here. Oh. You can draw two. I think this is more important than them drawing two cards. Again, we're kind of digging to... Man. Alright, okay. Alright, I was complaining too fast. Alright, let's play this, and we'll ink something. I think boost the Pete, and then quest for two. I'm expecting... No, okay, I was expecting Demona. I'm kind of interested that they are not playing any of those. Elsa with Dale is kind of interesting. Yeah, they're forced to answer the Casa. And then what do they do with Dale? Nothing. Alright. Yeah, let's boost. Quest. Does Horseman do anything? Oh, yeah. Actually, Horseman does a lot here. Yeah, we get to banish that. Nice. We can let it go on Dale. Challenge here. Quest 2. Has this been boosted? I actually don't know. I think I boosted because, yeah, I boosted once last turn, so I'm gonna hold the Aurora. Just in... Oh, sorry. I totally goofed and just missed out on a free ink. There's the Demona. Alright. So you got a little punished for not inking the Aurora. But that's okay. And yeah, definitely it was a stupid thing on my part not to ink something with Moana. That's just a silly oversight. Yeah, let's boost. We're trying to find Raging Storm. Spooky Sight. Don't think we want a Spooky Sight. We do get a Stitch, which is kind of interesting. That's honestly not bad, right? I guess let's develop first. Second Stitch. Alright, I guess we're just the aggro deck now. Does this matter? No, I think I'm questing, playing an Aurora, and I already boosted there. I don't have to ink this. Well, I guess I could ink to 11. There's not really a lot of benefit for inking to 11. Like, if I ink this, and then the next turn, I can't even... I can play, like, Hades plus a 4 cost, but I can't play a 7. So, yeah, I think I'm chilling. If I quest with the Aurora, we can play Moana plus Hades. Like, oh, no, I guess... Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. Yep. So, do they have the... I guess they have to challenge some of my guys. Yeah. Still have to challenge with one more thing. And they quest 8. Oh, sorry, they quest to 7. Excuse me. Yeah, this was a stupid decision to not quest, but I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's really funny. They quest to exactly 19. Yeah, I mean, we should not do anything crazy here. Yeah, we should just quest 18 and play 2 things. And really not do much else about it. Oh, why did I... Oh, it costs 1 less. I guess we'll do this, and if they quest a 19... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. What do they get? Oh my goodness. Well, they still have to do... Like, they have to challenge both of these. That's really bad. They top-decked exactly Demona. They top-decked exactly Demona. Do this. And they get a Dale. I can't. I can't believe this. We need a top deck Raging Storm to counteract their top deck. Otherwise, we are screwed. Alright, like this goes into here, this goes into here. Yeah. They challenge here, they quest for 5, and then, yeah, they just have like a full board. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Bashful with the Dale. That's interesting. Raging Storm! Raging Storm off the top, let's go! Oh my god! Let's just get Cindy. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Sharkat's fine. Pocahontas is fine. Wisp is fine. I think we ink this. Yeah, we ink this, replace Cindy plus Hades. And we put Cat into the inkwell. Pass. Skip this. Wow. You shift, but that's fine. Oh my goodness. I can't. I can't believe this. What is that? What is that? Hello? Let it go? We need to top deck exactly a card plus let it go. What is this? Hello? They top deck exactly Elsa and Pocahontas. I can't believe that. It top decked exactly the Moda the previous turn, and then they get exactly... Oh my god. Alright, don't tilt, don't tilt. No tilt. Okay. Oh wow, we almost missed on that. I just highlighted now. Pocahontas and Amber Amethyst. I don't think Horseman is needed in this matchup. Yeah, this is... I don't know why this is highlighted. Willow, okay. Might be changing up my pattern here and challenging the Pluto. I think questing last turn. Or the last matchup. Oh, Spooky Sight. Let's just ink Moana, play Cindy. Yeah, we'll challenge here. But put something. I think this Hades is not needed yet. It's not needed at the moment. David is fine. Okay, so we know they're running a Pocahontas. They run a second David out into play. Yeah, this is all fine. Yeah, I don't care about any of this. Yep. That's funny that we get a second one of those. I think I am playing Belle and inking this, and we're gonna quest for one. And then we'll put Moana into the Inkwell. Because we're going to want the Pete and the Hades for after. So now I'm going to play a bunch of stuff, and then we're going to play Spooky Sight. Spooky Sight definitely feels like the card to run in this meta. Definitely looks like a Spooky Sight meta. Between that, like Cheshire Cat. Yeah. Dale, sure. Yep, that's fine. Get a card in our Inkwell. Okay. Spooky Sight. Let's play this Aurora, actually. I think getting the bodies out might actually be nice. Alright, you have all this ink. What you want to do? Lenore. That actually might be the play here. Over, right, yeah, let's do this and find Moana, sure. And we'll quest out here. I think that's fine. Interesting. They bounce that, of all things. Okay. Goes into my Inkwell. Goes into my Inkwell. Okay. That's a good one. Cool. What happened? What happened? What happened? Hello? All right. That was really weird. I don't think I want the Moana in the opener. I want the Cindy, the Besties, and the Aurora. We'll hopefully find the Raging. Well, we did find a Raging Storm, not voluntarily. Yeah, here's the Aurora. Interesting. No turn 2 play. Or sorry, no turn 1 play. I think I still want Am. Quest. Because now we actually don't have to ink on this turn. We can just quest, activate, play Cindy. If we don't want to lose out on too many cards. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not 100% on the line here of like, you have the Aurora, you have the Ham. Like, are you playing Cindy or Belle, or like, are you playing, like, are you inking? Yeah, are you inking only to 2, and then using Cinderella to ramp from there? I genuinely don't know. Kind of seems like the way this game is going, we might not need this Raging Storm. I'm not watching the game. So it must be a mirror. I think this is a mirror. Yeah, I'm actually gonna. Yeah, actually, now that we drew this, I'm gonna activate and actually not. Yeah, not ink return, and just put that into the inkwell. So we're a little. Hand is a little awkward, not incredibly, but just a little. Okay, I don't know what's okay. It is a type of mirror. They're running whatever this is. Yeah, let's quest and play the Cindy, and then we can quest. We'll put one of the Raging Storms in the inkwell. Yep. So now that's interesting. They can't really quest. Like, I can quest with the Willow if they want, but yeah, they choose to just do nothing here. All right, now again, this Moana doesn't really do a whole lot. I guess we can just quest with everything. Quest with this. Play the Moana. Quests, and then put the spooky site in the inkwell. We're just kind of like playing this like weird waiting game. But we're just like both players just wanting to like slowly accumulate some resources here. We know that there's absolutely no reason to keep this in our hand, which is good. Oh, well, now we just get to ruin their whole day, right? Right, like this. Oh, actually, let's keep this. Yeah, let's do like this. Challenge here, go into the inkwell. Play Pete. Yeah, play Pete and boost. And yeah, we're just gonna. We could ink this. We could also just use it to cycle. Wasn't even thinking about that. I'm actually gonna quest with Moana because that means that they can't challenge with the Pete. Yeah, for now I think I'm okay. I'm gonna chill. Again, we have this Belle that's also gonna be putting a bunch of cards in our inkwell, presumably. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, sure. Oh, I forgot about, yeah, I forgot about the Willow. I forgot about this having damage. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I'll let them, like, kind of make this play appropriately. I think I've got a Raging Storm. Yeah. And I'm just going to use this time to cantrip this. Yeah, so I'm glad I even though it sucks, I'm glad I did kind of save that. Oh boy, yeah, there we go. There's what I was, it's exactly what I was worried about. I think we have to just play these out. I guess I can play out this Bell and then boost. And hope that they don't have a Raging Storm. They had the Raging Storm. Alright. Well, hope they don't have a second one. They... Oh boy. Well. There we go. That's fine. Alright, let's develop. That's a good one. We're gonna have to play this. We're gonna just have to deny them as much lore as possible. Let's go here, here, and here. And then I'm just gonna quest for 2 here. Like I could put some damage there, but it's not really that relevant. I'm gonna hold this Moana. Okay. Alright. So we have gotten back into this game pretty substantially now. Yeah, so we challenge here. Same thing as last time. And then now we just quest for 2. Let's cantrip with this. Sure. Just keep cantripping. Did I ink? I did not ink. Okay. Say go. And yeah, we might have it now. Is that goof? Did I have lethal? No, I didn't have lethal. Okay. Yeah, I quested for 2 with the bell. I'm like looking at my total of 14 and seeing that I had a game aboard, like game next turn. And I was like wondering if I could have. Sometimes I get into this thing of like I get too much into the value gameplay. Like with a control deck, like once you are able to win the game, like it kind of doesn't matter if you like miss like on like a time where you could have won a turn earlier, because again, as long as you can just like solidify that win, doesn't really matter. Alright, so we have some develops. We can kind of play around those. Put 1 bell back. That seems like a safe mulligan here. Yikes! It's just mono sapphire cards, I guess. Alright, hopefully these develops find us something. I think they'll let it go. Develop. We find Aurora. So that's honestly not too bad. Play that, and then Angel, sure. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think I ink this. Let it go. Let's ink a bell. Ink a bell. Play this. Play Aurora. And pass. Oakley. Alright, we'll discard the let it go. Now we're kind of big sad. I mean, yeah, there was no way that we weren't discarding a card off of Mowgli anyways, so it's fine. That's whatever, right? Yeah, let's quest, and play Bell. But we're still not in a good spot here. They can just get into this game plan now of like sing removal spells, like play up more characters, rinse and repeat. Good Edamoody. Lilo plus Ursula. Oh, wow. Yeah. They did the thing there. Okay. Yikes. That's so bad. Alright, I guess we'll just do this and we'll challenge here. And hopefully we just like find an inkable off the top and they challenge into us. Oh yeah, challenge here with Mowgli. It's fine. Aylin Lee. Do they miss? Oh wow, they miss. Wow. Yeah, they do challenge into us. Spooky Sight also does work here. Alright, no Spooky Sight, but we do have this Hades. We'll put the Lilo into the Inkwell. They have a look at this family. They would have probably sung it on the last turn. Right? Yeah. Sure. Perfect. So we challenge. This will have 4 damage on it. Yeah, let's do that. And Hades the hamster veil. Anything to just like remove some characters here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now that they did that, okay. Let's do this. Get the Hades. Fine. The rest doesn't really matter. Challenge here, quest for 2. Just keep them low on resources. Which is fine. Perfect. That was like literally kind of exactly what I was like thinking about. I was like, man, if we could just draw Ohana. Yeah. I don't think it's worth it to... I don't think there's any need to wait under any circumstances here. All right, challenge here. Play this more. I think we have it now. I think like there's like very little that can happen now, especially with the Raging Storm. The Raging Storm and the Hades. I think there's very little that can go wrong here. Thunderbolt to remove my Hades or my Moana, but like, cool. They're just like way too far behind at this point. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna show you like how like you can just like eviscerate somebody, like with this deck. Where I'm just gonna like again answer everything that they have, grind them into the dirt, and yeah. Yeah, I mean, they don't want to play after that. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. All right, let's see how we're doing here. What games? 8 games. Let's play 2 more. Let's play 2 more, and hopefully that will round things out. Because yeah, there was a lot of early concessions. I feel like, or just like concessions that didn't end in a satisfying way for me. So we'll keep the besties. Should I keep the Pete? Maybe it's wrong to keep the Pete. Maybe it's just like, yeah, we just really want to find the early stuff, and like otherwise we can find kind of the card draw again, especially with the Ohana. Especially on the draw too. We really need to find all those pieces. It's another one of these. I think I'm inking the. Actually, we're gonna ink this. Ink into this stitch. Yeah. We find another stitch. I think we are set up on the Cindy's and Bell. Yeah, we'll just find a stitch. Stitch, ink, find a stitch. The Stitch House. Okay, so this is I think we're safe to ink the Horseman here. We just drew a second one, so it's fine. Sure, this is looking pretty. That's not good. But otherwise, things are looking standard, so we're feeling okay. We're gonna ink an extra stitch. I really don't think we need 3 stitches. We do have to be cognizant of the fact that we have 3 stitches in the discard. Sorry, 2 stitches in the inkwell, 1 in the hand. So we're probably looking to ink one of these on the next turn. There's the Augustus and LOL. Yeah, they're going hard. Alright, so we ink this Horseman. Ink here, and I think we're actually gonna play Bell. Right? I think so. There's just like kind of too much I say. I'm not gonna quest, just like, even though they could play Demona here. Like if they play Demona, I guess it's pretty bad. But at least we get something in the inkwell. Yeah. Like at least the bell goes in the inkwell, they're forced to exert. Like otherwise, like, I mean, it's kind of the same thing either way, right? Like either way, something was dying. At least here, like, yeah, there's just our whole board gets wiped. Yeah. Spooky side doesn't even do it here. Yeah, we kind of just have to draw. All right, that's fine. I think we're just gonna ink this Casa. Is this go? I think this is fine. I think we're just gonna play the ham. Sorry, the Hades on the next turn, or we're just gonna we just really gonna find. Honestly, that's honestly not too bad. We find an inkable. We play Aurora. Like, yeah. Dude, these Demona players just never miss. Never missed once. Okay. Yeah, I think we have to do the Aurora. But at least now if they get to deploy something, they play Demona. Yeah, we draw off of that. This is actually pretty good. We get to Hades the Demona. We have an empty board. We can play Stitch for 6 and then sing a Let It Go and kind of do some things from there. I'm gonna give them 2 cards. We're hopefully gonna draw 2 cards off of this. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, let's Stitch. Draw 2. That ain't it. This is fine. Let's quest and just pass. Like, I don't really see a reason to ink any of these. We can't empty out our hand for Demona, right? So again, like, what's the point? I guess. No, it's still fine. Because yeah, we can sing. We can also. Sorry, we still have the Willow in play. relatively even on cards. Let's see what they find off of this. Okay, that's good information to know about. So nothing is safe. Them choosing to ink here is a weird choice. Alright, I think we are singing. We're definitely singing with one of these. It doesn't really matter to remove the stitch. And I guess, yeah, we might as well. Yeah, we're gonna bell. Play Pete. Ink and boost, and then quest for 2, quest for 3. Because again, they also could play Raging Storm here. If they Raging Storm, it's pretty bad still, but at least okay. It might not be a Raging Storm deck. Not everybody, not like the Amber Amethyst decks, I think are usually not running it anymore. But I guess the Pete, again, I'm trying to figure out how I could have guaranteed a Pete quest, because again, they're about to play Isis. They are not playing Isis. Okay. Kind of confused what's going on here. Yeah, I was like, they have to be playing the Isis here if they want to deny the Pete, but maybe they don't. Okay, we saw the guidebook at least. Okay, this is what I thought they were gonna play. Yep, goes into my inkwell. I think at this point we're gonna do this. Put it in the inkwell. I think I am gonna let it go on the stitch, because again, they can run whatever it is, I think I'm gonna quest here. I think I have enough ink, and if they choose to challenge here, like, so be it. If they have the Ohana, draws them 2 cards, which is like, again, not that good of a rate. Yeah, and it just plays around Raging Storm. We really need to find our card draw here. It's a real big shame that Stitch, we had to ink 2 of them. Lisa Stitch. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Oh, Hades? Hades would be annoying. I guess Hades on Bell. But like Hades on Bell would be fine. But Hades on Luisa Madrigal. Okay. Oh. Huh. They might not have a good answer. I think I might need to just let it go this and just quest. And just try to finish this game, because they have more they have more cards. They're doing the thing. So yeah. We go to 15. They're forced to challenge into the Stitch or the Hades. Probably the Hades, because they're... oh, sorry, they're probably the Stitch, because the damage numbers work out better. The Cheshire Cat anyways. It's not a huge problem right now. I mean, the Louisa was going to be much better against the Hades. Like, Hades... Like, Louisa killed both Hades and Belle. And then the Isis and Stitch kills my Stitch. So, yeah, I think... Yeah, we'll see what else they play here, but currently feeling okay. They quest? No, they challenge, okay. Augustus, yeah. Okay. So they're moving. Oh, so then they get to keep a little bit more of their board. I guess they move the damage from here to here. But then we top deck Raging Storm. Yes, this is what I realize they can do now. But yeah, if I play Raging Storm, kind of hyped for that. If I draw Raging Storm, excuse me. Let's see. All right. Develop, find besties. Besties finds nothing. I think I have to... Oh, I mean, I think I should just quest. That is super annoying. Should I have just taken the Moana? I don't think so. Oh boy. So they just sink all of their stuff into Louisa. Yeah, I mean, they just remove everything here. Oh yeah, and then they have kind of stocked up Louisa. Yeah, it's a good, interesting usage of Louisa here, like kind of stocking up the damage. Oh, well, that's not what I was expecting. All right, Raging Storm off the top. Like, we have 2 in our deck. Still, I believe. All right, cool. That was super unfortunate. Okay, let's put all these back, except for the Cinderella. All right, so we don't have. I'm gonna ink. Probably this Moana. Ohana, not Moana. This Ohana. All right, that's not great. Kind of hoping to find something. I guess the besties can find Aurora at this point. But yeah, the kind of the point of the besties is to be able to find. Oh my god. Goodness gracious. Alright, well, I think at this point, Stitch is going to be too slow. I think Belle's also going to be too slow. Wow. Just, like, missed completely. With 2 besties. Sorry, we mulliganed, and we played 2 besties, and we just miss. I can't believe that. Alright, there's the ham. I'm going to ink Pete, I think, at this point. No, I'm gonna ink the Stitch. All right, so this looks like a slower, like kind of more value deck than we probably are used to seeing. I think I'm just playing this Cindy and putting a Moana, actually. Yeah. So then, like, next turn we just play a second Cinderella. We could also just... Might have been better to just, like, play this Hades. Alright, there's Dale. That's fine. Let's play this. Ink the Casa. Yeah. And just pass. Yeah. We'll put two things in the inkwell here. Let's put the Let It Go and the Willow. Really trying to find Raging Storm. Excuse me, if we can find that. Cusco, sure. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's just do that. Ink this. I think at this point I'm now in the like let's do all the things here. I guess you really don't need to. Yeah, let's just do this. Give them a card, and pass, and then ink Ham, ink Moana. Yeah. There's the Raging Storm. All right, we've done the thing. So now if they I guess they can trade with the Cusco. They can do some... No, I guess they can't really do anything with it with the cat. That's fine. Banished and a challenge, yeah. Move some damage around. Yeah, that's fine. Play more stuff. Play more stuff. Am I now changing up what I'm doing here? Because, yeah, I can kind of, like, go nuts here. Right, let's ink this. Play Willow. Yeah, let's play Willow. Hades on the Dale. And then this can challenge here. This can challenge here. I think I'm gonna quest and then pass. I'm gonna keep the Pete in hand for when they eventually... If they have a Raging Storm, this is the turn that they would play it. Okay. No Raging Storm. So now we have kind of like regained control of the board without having to use the Raging Storm, which puts us in a pretty good spot. I guess if we draw Spooky Sight. Yeah, if this develop finds Spooky Sight, like that's the card that we play here. Okay, I think I might actually... Yeah, let's do this. Let's move here. Quest. Use the effect. Yep, doesn't really matter. Let's do some challenging, and then quest. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll quest with the rest. So now it should be pretty hard for them to remove this location. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So now they quest to 14, and we just Raging Storm. Ah, there's the Demona. There's... I was like waiting for that. I was like, where is it? All right. It's good that we knew that that was coming. So now we can just like Raging Storm and play Pete. It's a question of like, Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to play this Bell and Raging Storm like into the Bell. That's not worth, right? Yeah, I'm actually gonna activate the Ham. Yeah, quest. Doesn't matter. Remove all this damage. Raging Storm. Play the Pete. Okay. Now, if they play like a couple of small characters here, we just Spooky Sight. Yeah, cool. 2 Spooky Sight even. Let's boost first. Yeah, we just have all this ink, like have all this stuff. Yeah, Aurora, that's fine. Spooky Sight. Yeah, play all these. Say go. And yeah, that's just gonna probably do it. Hades. You can draw 2 cards, actually. They remove my Pete. It goes to the Inkwell. But I don't believe they're going to have a way of, yeah, removing the Bell and the Casa. Yeah. All right. Let's look at my stats here just to make sure that I did my math right. I did indeed do my math right. All right, cool. So we'll do a little debrief in a moment. I'm gonna step away for a moment. Be right back, guys. But we'll do the debrief and then we'll move on to a different deck. So we played 10 games with this deck. 60% on 70% on the play, 33% on the draw. I guess it was like the other game that, wait, how is that not 100%? It was the one game where they conceded early. Is right? I hope so. Otherwise I have no idea why that's not adding up. Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, yeah, so you can see the win rate overall is 60%. Again, winning a good percentage of our games on the play. Struggling a little bit on the draw, as control decks usually do. Again, just also kind of flooded by a little bit of the aggressive decks. But otherwise, like, yeah, besides the one time, so yeah, this is kind of what was expected with the Amber Amethyst. Like, Amber Amethyst is super strong. That's the next deck we're playing, actually. And their ability to just kind of like grind and like kind of their card quality is a little bit better. As you get into the later game, they just get to play Demonas, they get Hades, and the guidebooks, and just draw way more cards. These decks, the Amber Sapphire decks, sometimes run the, I've seen some run Dig a Little Deeper, as well as the Black Cauldron to kind of tech against some of the more grindier games. Seems really, really bad into pretty much every single other deck. So, I'm not really sold on that. But, yeah, you're just kind of seeing that it can, whatever they're called, the Spooky Sight's really effective against Amber Emerald, making that matchup a lot better than it probably should be. Good games into everything else, but yeah, like I kind of just like did not good into like this Amethyst Emerald deck that was just like spamming evasive characters every turn. Like also had a decent amount of disruption, and yeah, we had like one game where the Amber Amethyst player just like top decked insanely. But otherwise, like, it is still a matchup that you can kind of play around with. So, yeah, overall, like pretty happy with the deck, and yeah, I think I would definitely be comfortable bringing this into a tournament. I would want to know the meta. If, you know, super aggressive decks are everywhere, not too sold on that. Again, we'll have to see also how Amber Amethyst shakes, like, again, kind of where, how dominant it is in the meta. Because if it's super dominant, then again, this deck might struggle a little bit. But it's at least nice to see that there was at least a control deck, kind of got a dedicated control deck like this Cinderella Moana, kind of ramp late game package. It can still be a successful strategy. So, yeah, cool.